Today we are going to take you on a tour of the beautiful Regal Princess. We were most recently on board her for our British Isles cruise that was round trip out of Southampton just last month in June of 2024. So let's go ahead and get started. Hi there, this is Allison with Let's Go Travel Tips, and like I said, today we are going to have a walking tour of the beautiful Regal Princess. This was actually the third time that Gordon and I have sailed on that ship. The first time was back in 2016 when she was much closer to being brand new. We did a Baltic cruise through Northern Europe over to St. Petersburg, Russia, and had an absolutely wonderful time. We thought she was a beautiful ship then, and we still do now. We were on her again in 2022. To the Mediterranean. We went right at the end of May and into June and had a wonderful trip then. And like I said, we just completed our British Isles cruise not quite a month ago. And so we thought we would show you some of the highlights and some of the things that we think are really important and that you need to know about the beautiful Regal Princess. So first of all, when you get on board there, I like how they have you embark on Princess ships. You come in really close, usually really close to the Piazza there, which is kind of like the heart of the ship where everything is happening. And as you are in that area, as you head a little bit forward, a little bit aft, you will see a lot more of the public areas. So once you're on board and you've enjoyed the Piazza there, you'll either take your things to your cabin, or if the cabins aren't ready yet, you're going to maybe want to go to your muster station and get your medallion swipe so that you can get that part taken care of. If you're not aware of this, you can watch the muster on the app on your phone. So if you get on board the ship and you just have some time to kill, just sit there, watch it on your phone, and then go get your medallion swiped. You can do it in opposite orders. You can go get your medallion swiped and then watch it, because Princess is a cruise line that keeps track of whether or not you watch the muster drill, so you have to do it. Now, the reason that I'm telling you that right at this moment is because right there at the wheelhouse bar is one of the muster stations where you go to swipe your medallion to get that checked off. Now, as you enter the wheelhouse bar there, it is a beautiful venue. The way they have it, I love the way they have it situated on the Regal Princess. You've got it right there, and it's right adjacent to the Crown Grill there, so that you've got, you can enjoy that. There's a piano right there, so that often in the daytime, always in the evening, they've got one of the performers there playing the piano. Sometimes they're singing with it, sometimes they're not, but it is a really nice lounge area to relax any time of the day or evening, so I can recommend that to you without reservation. Let's talk about the main dining rooms on the Regal Princess right now. So the Regal Princess has three main dining rooms. They've got the Symphony, the Concerto, and the Allegro dining rooms. So our group dining was in the Allegro dining room. So you've got two of the main dining rooms are situated like you would normally think, like you're there on the Piazza, you walk a little bit aft, and there they are. But for the Allegro dining room, it is officially on deck 6, but you can't just walk from the center of the ship back to that main dining room. You actually have to go up to deck 7, go back aft, and then go down. You can use a flight of stairs or an elevator, but you actually have to go up, across, and then back down again to get there. So if you're looking for a main dining room and you go back as far as you can and you can't figure it out, go up and then aft a little bit more. That's how that works. But let me tell you, it is a beautiful dining room. The Allegro dining room is the dining room on the Regal Princess that has the chef's table inside of it. It is one of the chef's table Lumieres. So it's got the beautiful curtains of like beads and lights that go all the way around the guests as they are sitting there enjoying their dinner at the chef's table. And they raise up. They don't go just like side to side to let people in and out. They have, an opening for the crew to come in as they bring in, everyone's dinner. But when the chef's table begins, they drop that curtain of beautiful lights and beads there, and it stays down until dinner is complete. So it is a really fun thing to watch, and it's a really pretty place to get your picture taken. If you happen to be there, they always have a beautiful floral arrangement on that table. So if you happen to be there and you want to have a nice picture, a nice place to stand in the main dining room for a photo, that is a place that we can recommend. Just go over there and get your photo taken with the pretty flowers and the table and the lights. flights, but it's a really special experience. And so if you want to book and this goes for all Princess ships, if you want to book the chef's table, every once in a while I notice it in the booking system that your travel agent can do it for you. That is really rare though, and I can't figure out the rhyme or reason as to which cruise they allow it, because it's not allowed on every cruise on every ship. So really think of booking it as soon as you get on board. There are a few ways to do that. The simplest way that I think, well, there's two that kind of tie. When you get on board a Princess ship on embarkation day, one of the main dining rooms will be open for lunch. It's not open for lunch for a really large window of time. It's usually like around 11:30 until 1:30 at the latest. But when you go there, if you ask to the crew member who is there at the door, they can usually sign you up for the chef's table. If the chef's table is full, I would definitely suggest going on the wait list, because believe it or not, people really do change their plans and you just might get spots. I know on our cruise that we went on for the eclipse in April, for that total solar eclipse, there were guests in our group that actually got to go to the chef's table who had just been on the wait list, but then they got to go. So have yourself on the wait list if they say that they're booked, but make sure that you do that right when you get on board, because it does fill up very quickly. Alrighty. So we thoroughly enjoyed the Allegro dining room. We had overall great service. For our group, they ended up giving us 2 really large tables, like 2 tables for 12 guests each. And then when we realized we weren't going to have really 12 guests at each table every night, they turned it into tables for 10, which kind of made it not, well, it wasn't crowded to begin with, but it worked out really nicely. We had really nice, very nice crew members waiting on us, and the ones who were at the door, the dining room manager there, they were really good, really took good care of us. And I heard the same good things about the concerto and the symphony dining room. Another thing that I want you to know when you're on board a Princess ship and you've got those sea days and you maybe want to play games or do something, I have noticed on our last few cruises that they've always got one of the main dining rooms open to let people come in, and it's quiet in there, so you can play games, you can read a book. It's just another really nice place to relax and, like I said, play games, especially because right now the ships are sailing full. And so that means that when you've got a sea day, a lot of the public areas will have a lot of people in them because there's a lot of people on board, and especially if you're have an inclement day. And so just want to put that out there. It's a really good thing to remember as a really great place to go to enjoy playing games or reading, whatever it is you'd like to do. Now, also, the Regal Princess does have a ship's library. The libraries that they put on the ships these days are really small, and the Sun Princess, I don't think even she doesn't have a library. And so think of a small library. That is indeed what they've got on the Regal Princess. I love, though, that every day they still have the word games that they put out for you. If you've not seen those before, they change them every day, and you can go, they've got little stacks of them, 2 stacks usually, so go help yourself. You can do the little word games, and then, or number games, sometimes it's Sudoku, whatever. They've got books that you can borrow, and they also have a lot of games there, and I've seen different numbers of games on different ships, but the Regal Princess had quite a nice variety of games so that you can borrow those as well. We did notice that sometimes when we were on this cruise, there were people playing cards or whatever they wanted to there in the library. So often it's pretty busy in there. So make sure that you check out the library if you'd enjoy anything like that. We loved our stateroom on the Regal Princess. We had a standard balcony. That's what it seems like Gordon and I always get, and we're really happy there. I know that if we move up to a mini suite, we're not going to be happy with the balcony anymore, and we need to be happy with the balcony, and we are. So make sure that you catch our separate video about that. I believe we were in Creed 505 and thoroughly enjoyed that cabin. It is very nicely situated. We had an excellent cabin steward, took really good care of us, and was really such a pleasure to associate. So no complaints whatsoever about our cabin steward. And this is a good time to remind you all, whether you're on the Regal Princess, no matter what ship you're on, don't forget to ask for the little slips of paper that you can write up a review about the crew members that you want to make sure receive extra recognition for their good efforts. And then also on that survey that you get when you go home, that email, make sure that you fill that out and list everybody's name so that you don't miss anyone. Alrighty, so let's go up to the pool deck up there on the Lido. They've got great pools there on the Regal Princess, as you can see. And while we were on board the British Isles cruise, sometimes there were people in the pool and sometimes there wasn't. Sometimes it was a little bit warmer outside and sometimes it was cold. And so it seemed like the hot tubs were always have people in them, whether every once in a while it would only just be a couple of people. Sometimes they looked quite busy. And so I just love how Princess has the pools up there. They've got the huge screen for Movies Under the Stars. We would walk through a couple of times in the evening when the movie was playing on Movies Under the Stars. It was generally chilly enough in the evening, and we had other things that we were doing that we didn't watch a movie on this trip. But I absolutely love it when you're somewhere that I'm not too cold to go out there and watch it. They give you popcorn. If you need a blanket, you can have a blanket. And it is just really relaxing and really fun to enjoy Movies Under the Stars. You might notice that when you're up there on the pool deck, they have the regular pool loungers that like without cushions on them. But when it is time for Movies Under the Stars, they bring out the cushions, and it's actually really quite comfortable to enjoy Movies Under the Stars. So if you go on a Princess ship, I have been on other ships that have their own version of Movies Under the Stars, but none of them do it quite so well as Princess. I'm just putting that out there. If you think someone does it as well as Princess, by all means, I'm not trying to argue. Just put it in the comments though, so that if we ever go on that ship, we know to be sure to check it out. Okay. Now, up there when you are on the Lido decks, so that's deck 16, they've got stairs as well as an elevator inside that you can go up to 17. It's really nice. They've got a walking track. So if you're someone that really enjoys walking, you can go walk or jog, run if you want to. They've got a track and it's really nice. It's outside. It's different than a promenade is. We think of deck 7 as the promenade on the smaller ships with Princess, but that walking track is really nice. If you are someone that thoroughly enjoys exercising and being out there, and right on the ground, it tells you like how many times around equals a mile. They've got it written out there so that you kind of can keep track of how far you go, if that is what you would like to do. At the very back of the ship there, they've got the Wakeview pool. It's just kind of a small area there, and over on the one side of the Wakeview pool is one of the smoking areas, and on the other side isn't a smoking area. So make sure that you pick whichever side it is that you would like. But it's absolutely wonderful. And then up there on the 18th deck, I don't know, I didn't get footage of it. Maybe Gordon did, but every time I went up there, there was a lot of people playing on the little golfing green area up there, a little putting course, and so I didn't feel like I should video them. And so just know that it's up there if you would enjoy doing that. That's available up there. Like I said, it's on deck 18 way up, but there are beautiful views there. So if you are somewhere that you want to take in the spectacular views on sail away, like I think of sailing out of Kotor, Montenegro, and some other places, it's spectacular. Think of a Norway cruise, things like that, really beautiful sailaways. Definitely be up on the top deck. A lot of times we think of being on our balcony, but some of these places, the whole vista all the way around is so spectacular, and those are really good places to watch it. So be sure that you don't miss that. Now, up on the Lido deck, in addition to having like the pools and the Movies Under the Stars and everything, they also have some eating venues. So be aware that they've got a sliced pizza. That's where you can go to get a slice of pizza whenever you want. Usually, it depends on which cruise you're on. They're usually open until 10 or 11 every evening, and then that's really nice to enjoy. They've got the grill area where they have their sweet tacos, like hamburgers, hot dogs. Often they'll have like a pulled pork sandwich or a barbecue chicken sandwich, something like that. Depending on the cruise, they might have something else that you can buy there if you want to. I've seen lobster rolls for sale and some other different things. And so you just look at the menu and order whatever you want. Unless you're ordering something that it specifically says cost extra, everything is included. You don't have to worry about it. Then they also will have the Swirls ice cream, and that is ice cream that is included, that everybody can have all the ice cream that they would like. So I want to make sure you know about that. Up there on deck 17 is also where they have their sports court area, and you will see that if you followed along at all with our live sailaways, because that's where was a really good place that we were able to be and try not to interrupt other people. And so they've got pickleball, they've got like I've seen people playing tennis there, basketball. I've seen them like playing like Foursquare, just lots of different kind of games. They've got one of those cages where you can hit the golf ball. So a lot of really fun things there. And it was really busy, like the whole cruise. The only time that it wasn't busy is when it was pouring down rain. And luckily we didn't get a ton of rain. And so that is a really fun area. We saw a lot of children playing there, having a fun time, and you know, some of the adults playing with them too. So that was a lot of fun. As you look there, they've also got bars in several places. Like they've got the retreat pool area. There's a bar there. Honestly, that retreat area there, the pool area, I know there were people in it some. It was not crowded though, so the people that enjoyed it had it to themselves. And I know we had some people in our Let's Go family that actually were able to enjoy that in the hot tubs back there. I never walked by that I saw the bar open during this cruise, so maybe it's just open more during the like more warm weather cruises. That's up where the sanctuary is. Like you're there in the retreat pool area and you just walk that way. And there is the sanctuary. It was locked every time we went, so honestly, I don't know how much it was open. And then so just know that when you're up there and you want to have a drink, you are never too far from a bar. You can always order a drink on your phone if you want to, but they were taking kind of a long time on this cruise, and so we've just decided it was quicker to go to the bar. And so anyway, you're never far from a bar there up on the pool deck either. Alrighty, now that we have covered the top of the ship, let's go back and think a little bit more about what is in the Piazza area here. The Piazza to me is what I said earlier, it's the heart of the ship. It is. It is where something generally is always going on. You have to wait later in the evening when they get done with all of the music that they play and all of the dancing and turn the lights down a little bit to have it quiet there. Usually there is some kind of music there. Sometimes in the daytime they do a dance class there, a line dance class, something fun like that. Sometimes they do the fruit carving there in the middle of the day. I've seen like how to make a martini there before. Just lots of activities going on. In the evening they'll have music playing and people turn it into a dance floor. It's just a really fun area on the ship. It's right adjacent there. You've got the International Cafe, so that if you would like to get something to eat and sit there and enjoy the music, watch the people, you can do that. Right next to the International Cafe is where you can get your coffee, whatever specialty coffee that you would like. And then around the corner from that, you've got the I think it's called the Good Spirits bar is right there, and the lounge that goes with that. So that whole area is set up very nicely to enjoy that whole area. Now they've got some of the restaurants are right off of the Piazza there. We've got Alfredo's / Gigi's. You should know that Alfredo's and Gigi's are the same thing. They just changed the name on some of the ships. So there on the Regal Princess, it's Alfredo's, and that's where we're really excited to try pizza with the new announcement about Tony Gemignano, and really happy to have that coming up. But so you've got that, you've got shops, you've got like everything from watches and jewelry to just your plain old regular like souvenirs or some clothing, things that you can buy. There's lots of different areas. It's just a fun place to me to walk around. You've also got the casino there off of as you walk forward towards the Princess Theater, you've got the casino kind of between the Piazza and the Princess Theater there. And then also, the other thing that's really important to know is that on deck 6 there of the Piazza, you've got what they call the Club 6. Sometimes it's called Take 5. On the Regal Princess, it's called Club 6. And that is a lounge area. And it used to be that it was only a lounge area. They would sometimes they do have TVs there for people that want to watch sports. It's kind of one of those fun walls with TVs different sizes. But they've got that. But then also they have recently just started putting in some of those slot machines. And so it seems like they are turning at least half of it into an extension of the casino. I like the idea better of just having it as a really pretty place. I know that people have used it as a wedding venue and that it's turned out beautifully for that. It was a nice place for gathering for things. On this ship when we were just on on it. They used it a lot. That's where they would film, like the wake show that they put on in the morning. They would film it there. I noticed that they had some of their crew trainings there, a lot going on, as well as, like I said, in the evening, often they would play music there. On a sea day, you can just go there and it's a little bit more quiet so that you can just enjoy another place to relax. And so, like I said, though, they are adding the slot machines there. So we will see how long that stays like a nice quiet area there on the ship. I have mentioned the International Cafe. If you're new to Princess, the International Cafe is absolutely wonderful because it is open 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, never closes. They've always got some different kinds of salads. They had some little baked pies, similar to quiche, but a little bit more like a pie that you would think of because we were in the British Isles. They always have some desserts, and they've got cookies. That's where you're going to buy on the Regal Princess if you want one of those specialty desserts. That's the cake with several levels. You either get it like 2 a day with your Plus package, unlimited with your Premier package, or if you want to buy a piece of cake, it's $4.95. And just a lot of different things to eat while you're there. So, and you can have as much as you'd like. That's where they have those little pizza, little pizza muffin things that they make. And I don't know, I think it depends on how hungry I am, if I like that or not, but it's just a fun place to go try new things. The gelato bar is just across from it there. The gelato bar is where you're going to get some of those fancy princess desserts that you get 2 of them a day with the Plus package, unlimited with the Premier. And on some of the ships it is gelato, and on some of them it's not gelato, but that is predominantly where you get it, is at that gelato place. The other thing is you head there the other direction a little bit. That's where you're going to find your guest services. That's where you find the Sabatini's restaurant, and it's just a really pretty area, and just down a little bit from that is where the Lotus Spa is. And we've got a video that's got some of the Lotus Spa so that you can kind of see what that looks like. But if you've got other questions about the Regal Princess, let us know. It is really very similar to what you think of when you think of like the Royal Princess and the Enchanted Princess. It's a little different. The Majestic Princess is a little different than all of them, but still quite similar in most ways. And it's just a lot of the similar to all of the Royal class ships. And so, like I said, if you've got any questions, just let me know. And thank you very much for joining us here today. And I'll see you all here again tomorrow. I'll be talking to you all again really soon. You all take really good care. God bless you. And God bless America. Love you. Bye-bye.